Hello everybody, Sean Ali Mavis, third video. I know I'm a little bit late, as nonetheless, I still completed a whole entire book. Um, Today is the third, I believe. Yes, the third. So I did it in 33 days. But nonetheless, I read the book, Master Your Brain by Phillip Adcock. Um, this video is going to be the third part of the book. I'm also going to do another fourth and final video right after this, summarizing the whole entire book. But this third video, I am just talking about the third part of the book, which contained a lot of great information, guys. Like, I know I said this in the first video, but I cannot stress the fact that I'm really appreciative that I took an AP psychology class back in high school, and like some of this it marinated better in my head, like seeing it once more again, and not just seeing it in school, seeing it in in a different context and different perspective. So the third part contained a lot of communication and relationship ideas and concepts. I wrote a few things down as far as notes, as far as the things that caught my eyes. In the third part, I talked about us humans being social animals, and some of the things I do talked about, I would say they're kind of common sense, but hey, I can't speak amongst everyone. But he talks about how we're social animals and how back in the day we, would hunt and gather our food together and as a group. He talked a little bit upon that. Also about evolution and attraction. One thing that really caught my eyes on that. Give me a second while I look for that exact part in the book. This part that I liked in the book also talks about evolution and attraction. As far as even the male, understanding the advertising, the whole marketing, things behind how they dress up the women and how we see the women, so on and so forth. I liked how he brought that a little bit to light. Also, the next thing was first impression. Like I said, some of the things that he do talk about in this book. You hear this every day. Like I said, I can't speak amongst everyone, but hearing a different person's perspective, and also it gives you exercises and different examples and different references in this. So that part I like. Another part, which is chapter 28, it's called the second moment of truth. I'm not getting much into details with a lot of these chapters. I don't want to ruin it for those. If you guys want more in-depth details, just comment below, and I can get in more details with the specific chapters. But a lot of these chapters are 2-3 pages, so they're really kind of self-explanatory. I'm just pointing out some of the parts that I like specifically in the book that shone light on me. Another thing was a beginner's guide to body language. This really caught my attention a little bit. It's one thing that I highlighted here. I highlighted my book, guys. Sorry, I gotta do this with the selfie side of things, but I highlighted my book. And one thing that I highlighted that caught my attention was he's mentioned 55 to 70% of all human to human communication is nonverbal, and then he goes into talk about the different studies of body, kinesis, the study of the eye movement, so on and so forth. And another chapter that I did like that he wrote in this book as well was called also understanding personalities. I have it right here in my notes. It's actually called the 7-38-55 rule. I'm just trying to flip and find that page. And also one last one, mirroring people's how do I say, body posture or when someone's talking to you. I found a great example out of this. So when someone's talking to you and their feet and their body is aligned to you, they're engaged in your conversation, versus if half their body is facing another way, they're really trying to exit out of that conversation. So that really shone light on me again. um, but that whole entire the third chapter, phenomenal. That was some of the parts that caught my eyes, as far as communication and relationships. Phenomenal read. I know I should have got this video out a while ago, but it is out now. Stay tuned. Part 4 is coming out. I'm going to do a complete review on the final book. I'm going to probably give it a rating, but my rating is not, not really credential or whatever you could say. But nonetheless, stay tuned. 4th video is coming out. I like to say shout out to Strickly Financial Marketing. Also, big shout out to Credit Confidence. Very two great companies. Guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. 4th video on its way.